Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy GreedHD coming at y'all with another video today. And today, y'all already know what it is, man. It's JJK Sunday. That's what I call it for the manga. I know people like to say JJK Friday, and I mean it's still JJK Friday. You know what I'm saying? They never lose a day because you know the anime come out that day. But look, I'm calling it JJK Sunday because you know the manga chapter out. And like I said, yeah, new manga chapter 142. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this, but I'm gonna go ahead and let the intro play first. Alright, so man, I hit the read with how this chapter is gonna turn out being. Now I actually did read it before I'm making this whole little video, and like I said last week, we seen Yuta defeat Yuji. He got his ass. He fucked him up. And now we're seeing Naoya versus Choso fight. And it's pretty cool because we actually get to see a little bit of their abilities. Or no, we seen Choso, one of Choso's coldest abilities this chapter. He and we also learned something pretty interesting about him that Naoya pointed out. Or I don't think Naoya pointed it out, or I don't know if it was just like a narration or whatever, but it was something about Choso's abilities that really stuck out to me. They said he as long as he has curse energy, like hella, or a good amount of it, he can waste however much fucking blood he wants to. And I think that's crazy as hell, purely just because it's bro, that means he could damn near use all the blood in his body, but as long as he got cursed energy, he's still fine. I mean, that's kind of how I was thinking about it. Now, I could be taking that the wrong way, but bro, they explained it the mans could literally use just about as much as he probably wants to, if he really wanted to. He just need the cursed energy for it, in order to do it. But I think that shit is crazy, because like I said, this was a Naoya versus Choso fight, and it was a point in the fight where Naoya pulled out a a dagger or whatever, like a knife, and he stabbed Choso, and he thought he was gonna get him, but then Choso, he kept using more blood and more blood, and he's like, damn, hold on, wait, he's not fazed by this. But he is a blood manipulation user, and as long as they have the cursed energy, they can really do whatever at that point. And I think that's just a really cool ass thing. Honestly, I'm glad that they're shedding more light onto this this blood manipulation shit. And I think it's kind of ironic that we see Naruto Shikamo in the beginning of the series. He's introduced to us, and we see him using the blood manipulation shit against Fushiguro. And that's some of the coolest shit ever, bro. Like real shit, using your own blood to attack motherfuckers. It kind of remind you of Carmine from Eunice, if y'all play the fighting game Eunice Under Night, or if y'all play Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, then y'all probably seen him. But I think that's his name, Carmine, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, it's really cool to see this technique and then see learn more about it. Because with the way how they were taking the story, when I first started Jujutsu Kaisen, I was like, okay, Naruto Shikamo he's a pretty cool fucking character, bro. He's solid. He's a very solid written character. I like him, and I love his ability, that the blood shit, the blood manipulation shit. And it was like, yo, I would love for them to do more with this ability, because this ability is way too fucking cool and has way too much potential to be one of those dumbass super powerful overpowered techniques. That blood manipulation shit could really go a long way in this series, or just in general, period, bro. That's why I was I'm glad that they they brought it back with Choso's character, just purely because like I said, I feel like we really need to see more of that, and that shit is just way too cool just to leave out and just push to the side. It's way too cool for that. But yeah, so in the chapter we also saw that Naoya is, for some reason, when he was speaking about the Zenin clan, he claims that he hates all his older brothers. Now this is the whole funny thing about him and Choso. Now Naoya being the youngest, I'm assuming, out of all his siblings, and then Choso, he claims himself as the oldest, you know, out of all his siblings, or I'm pretty sure he is the eldest out of all his siblings. But he tells him, he's like, you know, a big brother is supposed to, like, you know, set the path for his younger brothers, so then when he messes up, they can walk a good one. Now Naoya was saying like he hates his older brothers because they're weak, and Choso is trying to tell him like, well, it's because they're weak why you're gonna end up strong, because you're gonna know what exactly to avoid and what to go through, so you won't have to turn out like them. It was a pretty cool ass concept, and it was like, this shit is not relevant at all to, like, you know, the whole Yuji and Yuta execution and Fushi girl situation. It, like, that shit is not relevant at all in the slightest. It's just funny that it's just funny that they had that talk, because you know, Choso is all about like his brothers, and Naoya really hate his. So I think it's pretty cool that, you know, they had that little back and forth, or just that little conversation in general, considering, like, you know, both of the characters. And something else crazy about Naoya that I saw, he actually, it almost came off as if like he respects Toji over everyone else. And I'm only gonna say that because, you know, he put out a weapon. Now, he said that Jujutsu sorcerers aren't supposed to carry around weapons. That's why motherfuckers didn't really like Toji like that, because, you know, he was a weapon specialist and they thought that shit was lame. That's why niggas don't like Maki. But it's like, Naoya uses a weapon, and he's like, you know, the family kind of, you know, got on his ass about it. And so don't tell nobody that I'm doing it. And I don't know if he necessarily like respects Toji to a certain level, or if, you know, he I guess somewhat, quote unquote, fucks with him, you know, above all of, you know, everybody else. Cause you could tell that Naoya is definitely that kind of dude that be like in his own little world, that do his own thing. And, you know, he could really care less about what other motherfuckers got to say, or like what they, you know, gonna do. Like, if it doesn't apply to him, he doesn't give a fuck. I mean, honestly, the character does seem pretty cool, aside from, you know, the misogynist shit, because he for some reason hates Maki and just like women in general. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. But and then come to find out that Naoya's technique actually traces movement at like a frames per second kind of thing. Now, I feel like we kind of are, or this was already like mentioned like probably like a chapter or two ago. It's just really not coming to me right now, because reading it right now, it does seem pretty familiar. But yeah, so I'm assuming that Choso is about to hit him with, like, I guess his final attack. He said it was checkmate, but then oh no, he called it supernova, and he actually did hit him. He fucked him up. Now, this is another cool thing about Choso's blood. Apparently, like, when it touches you, you know, you can't really move. You know, you're kind of immobilized and whatnot. That's a pretty cool ass thing. Again, I honestly, bro, I think this blood manipulation shit, this shit might end up being something that, like, comes in clutch as fuck at the end. Like, real shit, I could see it. But after Choso defeated Naoya, he had him laid out on the floor. I don't think Naoya is like, yeah, no, he's not dead. Yuta pops up. Yuta pops up carrying Yuji's body. He's literally carrying this man by the hood, like, after he just like knocked his ass out. He's like, he back punches he backhands Choso with like a cursed energy fist. And then he said, looks like you're hurt, Naoya. And then Naoya's just sitting there looking up like, damn, I got my ass beat. And Yuta's walking with Yuji's body. So that's where the chapter ends. Now, I'm actually pretty excited to see next chapter, because, you know, now that Yuta's at the Naoya and Choso little scuffle, or whatever you want to call it, man, I think I don't know, bro. Like, I'm seeing, like, I did see some people on Twitter say today that they think that Yuta's gonna kill Naoya, like the kind of the same way Geto killed Mahito. But part of me also don't really think that's true, because it's like, I don't know, bro. I can't see them introducing this character and then him just going out like that. But seeing is that he got defeated by Choso, if he was to be like more of an important character, I could see him not really or not really, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, I don't think he'd really lose, like, you know, that quick or that fast like that. if he was supposed to be like, you know, more important or more essential to the story. But honestly, I hope he doesn't die, because I do want to see more of his like his curse technique. I think that shit is like unique as fuck, like the whole little frames per second, and then like, you know, because at first I was just calling it super speed, but then, you know, it's something even deeper than that. So honestly, I want to see more of that, if I'm being completely honest. And I wouldn't mind seeing, like, you know, him, like, or Maki, like, beating the fuck out of him. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Or, like, him trying to kill Fushiguro and, like, Fushiguro, like, fights him. Like, I do want to see more of Naoya's character. Even though he's bogus as fuck, I definitely want to see more of him. I can't lie. And, so I don't want Yuta to kill him, but I wouldn't be surprised if Yuta killed him. You know, because Yuta's not necessarily stupid. Maybe he was just using Naoya to, you know, defeat Choso, because Choso would be bothersome if, you know, Choso was just protecting Yuji while Yuta was trying to kill Yuji, kind of thing, or capture him, whatever. So yeah, it's definitely a whole thing that's up in the air, or like a whole lot of things up in the air. But hey, I'm just excited and ready for next chapter. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off right here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment. Y'all already know, man. When I say comment, I mean let me know what y'all think down below, for real. I want to know what y'all think, what is gonna happen next chapter, what y'all thought about this chapter. And it ain't really much to say about these characters, because they kind of establish who's the strongest and who's, like, you know, top dog in these past like 2 to 3 chapters. But yeah, so like I said, maybe we might even get a different perspective next week with, like, you know, the new chapter. We might be looking at it like a Fushiguro like perspective or something next week. Like, we don't even know. We really don't know what will happen. But yeah, so I will see y'all in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out this bitch.
Know that the numbers go like 1, 2, greed. Thank you for being a GreedHD, nigga.